good morning everyone and welcome to Droidcon Vietnam 2018. It is my greatest honor here to have all of you here at our event. Okay, so before starting with our program, I really want to give you a brief introduction about Droidcon, our history, development, and what exactly we are doing today.
Trước khi bắt đầu sự kiện Droidcon, chúng ta hãy cùng tìm hiểu về Droidcon, lịch sử phát triển của sự kiện này, cũng như những gì Droidcon sẽ mang đến vào ngày hôm nay.
Okay, so the first Droidcon conference was held in Berlin in 2009. Now, with over 25,000 developers in 26 countries, Droidcon is the biggest developer conference series and a network focusing on the best of Android.
Với sự kiện đầu tiên được tổ chức tại Berlin vào năm 2009, Droidcon hiện nay đã được phát triển với hơn 26 quốc gia và đây là lần thứ hai Droidcon được tổ chức tại Việt Nam. Droidcon là chuỗi hội nghị lập trình viên quốc tế và là một mạng lưới tập trung vào những công nghệ tốt nhất trên nền tảng Android.
This is the second time that Droidcon has happened in Vietnam, and the concept behind the Droidcon conference is to support the Android platform and create a global network for developers and companies. Moreover, Droidcon is also the place to learn the experience from specialists and for all of you here to discuss about the Android ecosystem.
Lần thứ hai Droidcon được tổ chức tại Việt Nam với mục đích mang lại sự hỗ trợ của cộng đồng Android và đây là nơi để tất cả các bạn cùng học hỏi và tìm hiểu thêm về hệ sinh thái Android.
So this year we promise to help you to know more about the products conduct on Firebase and how to use the build an app and connect house appliances with another Android app.
Droidcon hy vọng sẽ mang đến cho các bạn những trải nghiệm thú vị qua các chủ đề vô cùng đa dạng mà các diễn giả chúng ta đang rất nóng lòng được chia sẻ.
Okay, so without any further ado, let's get started to our conference. Please welcome Mr. Enrique Lopez-Manas for his opening speech right now.
Và bây giờ không đợi mọi người chờ lâu hơn nữa, chúng ta hãy cùng đến với phần diễn thuyết khai mạc của ông Enrique Lopez-Manas. Xin mời ông.
Xin chào các quý vị đại biểu. Các quý và tất cả các bạn. Đây là một ví dụ kỹ thuật chào mừng tất cả các bạn tới cuộc hội nghị lần thứ hai của Droidcon Vietnam. Hội nghị này bắt đầu vào năm trước và sau một năm nghìn là chúng tôi không thể vui mừng hơn. Hội nghị trước đã rất thành công và chúng tôi rất tự hào thông báo tổ chức hội nghị lần hai. Tất cả các bạn ban tổ chức các tình nguyện viên, quý vị khán giả và các diễn giả đều là một phần của sự tạ con này. I hope it's not so bad so far. Tôi yêu Việt Nam. Cộng đồng người Việt rất giỏi và năng động. Thì tại có rất nhiều developers sẵn sàng để nhiệt huyết chúng tôi biết rằng đây là một sự loa cho đúng đắn. Mục đích đầu tiên của việc của Droidcon Việt Nam là việc kết nối tất cả cộng đồng Việt Nam với thế giới. Cuối cùng, những công học kém phần quan trọng. Tôi mong gửi lời cảm ơn tới tất cả ban tổ chức, các tình nguyện viên và các diễn giả đã có mặt tại đây ngày hôm nay. Đây là một sự nỗ lực mang tính toàn cầu và mọi người trong số các bạn ở đây đều có tầm quan trọng như nhau. Chúng tôi sẽ không thể làm được hội nghị thành công nếu không có các bạn. Xin chân thành cảm ơn các bạn rất nhiều. And for our international audience, thanks everybody for being here. It's great to have all of you for the second edition of the Droidcon Vietnam. I would like to thank everybody that was involved. Thanks to our sponsors, thanks to all the speakers, thanks to all our volunteers with the amazing job they're doing, and of course thanks to all the attendees that are coming here. I would like to remind you that we have a code of conduct. It's on our website. It's hard to summarize all the behaviors, but basically we could say please be nice to each other. If you have any questions, talk with any of our attendees or organizers. We also have with us the Droidcon representative. If you want to, maybe you want to raise your hand. If you want to reach her for any questions, she will be the entire day at our conference. And without any further delay, I would like to introduce Bob, the Developer Relation Program Manager from Google for Southeast Asia, who will talk about, show us a few of the things that Android Google is doing particularly with Android. So an applause for him first.
Well, unlike Enrique, I don't have a script in Vietnamese, so I'm just going to say good morning in Vietnamese. Chào Pui San, is that right? Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Let me just start my machine. My password is, I'm not going to tell you guys my password. Okay. All right, my name is Bob Tayao, that's my full name. I was born in Malaysia, I grew up in Singapore, and fun fact is that I actually graduated from RMIT in Melbourne. So I'm very happy to be back here again, once again in RMIT in Saigon. It's my first time here in this campus, second time in Vietnam. So when Enrique was telling me that, hey, do you want to come over and just give, you know, a small short opening, I say, yeah, sure, why not? Having a lot of chance to travel to Vietnam, so definitely very happy to be here. I'm on the team which is called the Google Developer Relations team, and I'm a program manager who manages a lot of programs for educating and nurturing developers across Southeast Asia. So I just want to show you exactly how our team looks like. That's our team. I'm a big drone fanatic. If anybody is also into drones, feel free to connect. I actually brought one of my homemade drones where I actually solder and program myself. If you guys into that, happy to have a chat. But this is how the team actually looks like. We are around 50 strong around the region, and we are all program managers with technical background. So that's a photo that I took with my drone on top of the office in Google Singapore and one of our offsites. So what we do, we primarily focus on nurturing developer ecosystems, right? And we have programs that touches audiences along the developer journey. So we have students program. You know, some of them are not here in Vietnam yet. We are looking to launch them in Vietnam. So on student side, we have the developer student clubs. We recently launched in Indonesia. Hopefully we can bring that to Vietnam. On the community side, we work very closely with Google developer groups, supporting them in their effort in their events, activities, you know, hackathon, code lab, so on and so forth. On the startup side, you know, we launch, not launch, but we manage the Google Developer Launchpad program, which some of the Vietnamese startups have, you know, been accepted in the program for the past 3 years now. We bring all these startups to Mountain View for a 2-day bootcamp. We work with them and we stay with them for 6 months, and hopefully, you know, able to help them get to the next level. We have GBG. We have a couple of chapters here in Vietnam, I believe, which focus on more on the business side. So GBG focus on the technology side. Google developer groups, GBG, Google business groups focus on you know, more on the business side in terms of using Google technology in you know, empowering or enhancing their business opportunities, things like that. On more towards on the right, or rather your right hand side, We have the agency program, where we work together with a lot of the app agencies, doing trainings, allowing early access to our beta products, things like that. And one of the latest efforts is to support the cloud communities focused on cloud technology through the GAG Cloud program. And also cutting across, diversity is one of our very strong theme for the company. And we have a program which is called the Women Tech Makers. So if anyone's interested in all these programs, feel free to reach out. Definitely would love to share more what all these programs are about. And if you're interested in kind of like leading one of the programs in Vietnam, we'll be fully supportive as well. And obviously we have the Go Developer Experts, where we recognize individuals which are experts in their domain, and we support them by giving them access to early beta products and also opportunities to meet up with the engineers and product team to give feedback, so on and so forth. So just want to give you a sense of like what we do as the developer relations ecosystem team. But of all the programs that we have touched, that I mentioned earlier on, Android has always been the core, right? And why is that the case? Because Android has been around for some time now, and we look at how Android is actually empowering people around the world. Some of the figures are pretty staggering, and this is not even an updated slide, to be honest. This is 2017 stats. In terms of 30-day active users on the Android platform, we are looking at 1.4 billion. We are working with more than 400 plus OEM developing phones, partnership with more than 500 plus carriers around the world, in rolling out these devices into the market, and also we are activating roughly around 1.5 million devices on a daily basis. Right? So if you look at that, the Android platform has created a lot of opportunities for developers such as yourself, and also businesses around the world. And that's why we've always been very focused on Android, and supporting events like this is something that we are very happy to do so. Just a little bit more graphs. For those developers in the room, I apologize, my slides don't have a lot of code, but I'll try to blaze through and try to tell the story in a fun way. In terms of mobile trend, this has just been released on Android Police. So if you look it up, it's quite staggering. Not to discredit iOS efforts or whatsoever. I just want to give you a sense of how the industry trend is actually moving. We've seen a whole lot more apps coming from the iOS platform initially, and then later ported over to the Android platform. Whereas on the other side, where Android platform over to the iOS platform, there's not been that much of activity. But either way, both platforms are great. I just want to give you a sense of if you are a developer and you want to focus on Android, hopefully this kind of slide that you take away and are able to motivate and encourage yourself in learning more about the Android platform. So what about the Vietnam market? Very interesting stats. If you look at how the market is segmented into these three platforms, Android is looking at 74.2. Nice little Vietnam Android icon over there. And the iOS is looking at 20%. Right. So a little bit more context in terms of the growth and reach of the platform if you're developing on the Android, developing for Android. Oh yeah, and I used to work for a very small company called Microsoft. Yeah, nothing much to say there. So Android has grown. It has started off as a mobile only operating system, and right now that platform has expanded. Right, it's gone into wearables, it's gone into tablets, into our cars, and most recently exploding into the IoT space. So just want to kind of touch base and talk a little bit more about how Android is doing in all these different form factors. But before I do that, taking down memory lane, Android started in 2009, right? Where we rolled out, actually it started before that, but one of the biggest break that we had was 2009 when Donut came along. And if you look all the way in terms of all the releases, which are pretty sweet, it goes all the way Marshmallow. 2017 we launched Android Oreo, which is really cool. And one of the cool things is not because that we actually have this really nice little GIF playing around, but it's also the first time where we have a woman mascot for Android. It's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool, right? And also not only it's a woman mascot, but it's also the first Android mascot that has superpowers. We kind of brand it that way, kind of make it fun a little bit. So Android Oreo, that she is extremely lovely, and one of the superpowers that she has, 4 major superpowers. She's very powerful. Don't mess around with her. She is very secure. You tell her secrets, she won't leak it out. She's very fast in getting things done. Try to catch up. And she's also very smart and seamless in other parts of the device, as well as other elements of the operating system. I'll let you guys Google about what exactly all this means. But I just thought that this might be a really nice way to sum up Android Oreo, which we talked a lot about in 2017. Fast forward to 2018, we launched an effort called the Android Go. Has anyone heard about the Android Go platform? Yes. Nice, yes? Okay, so I can skip this slide. I'll talk a little bit more. So Android Go is our effort in developing a platform which is a little bit more sensitive towards the restriction of the devices available in some emerging markets. Right? So if you look at markets like India, markets like Indonesia, where infrastructure is still growing very rapidly, Android Go is built from the ground up to be able to run on devices, for example, that's less than 1 gig of RAM. Right? And the idea is that we don't want to take any experience away from users who are using all these devices with very constrained limitations, but rather we want them to enjoy the same Android experience. And for developers, what that means is that we publish a lot of guidelines about developing on the Android Go platform, best practices, how you can actually optimize your apps to be run on devices with very limited resources. So as developers, if you want to go into those markets, do check it out. Just Google for Android Go. You get a lot of best practices how to actually develop on this platform. And those things can actually carry forward to any other apps that you develop for any Android version as well. So do check that out. And recently we launched Android P. I have no idea what P stands for. That's one of the questions that I always receive when I flash this slide. So yeah, developer preview. If you're interested in checking out P, if you're an early adopter, that's a QR code. Just scan, take a photo of this slide. Just scan and download the developer preview, play around with it. That's the next version of Android that's coming out really shortly. And with mobile devices, I just want to jump into a very exciting segment where the platform is currently entering, which is IoT. Any IoT developers in the house? IoT developers? Don't be shy. There's one right here. Alright, so IoT is very interesting. It's very interesting. I think it all comes down to the fact that information that we have right now doesn't necessarily need to live on devices. You can interact with your information anywhere you go, everywhere you go. And there's a lot of opportunity in the IoT space. If you haven't tried it out, I encourage you to take a second look. In 2017, we announced the Android Things platform, which is Android running on surgery boards like this. And you can, as developers, you can use all this stuff and build your own IoT devices. And whatever you have learned as Android developer, you carry forward to this platform because it's using the same, more or less the same Android OS stack. 2018, the latest developer preview 0.7. We can still download it, flash it off to a board like Raspberry Pi, and go start building your IoT devices. There's a whole lot new features, and the team is rapidly iterating. So I won't go down into the details. It's supposed to be a QR code, which is kind of there. But if you're interested, just Google for Android Things and download the latest developer preview. And this is just to once again paint the context, right? A study that's done by Vision Mobile projected that in this space, the IoT developers will grow very rapidly, and we're looking at maybe there will be around like 9.2 projected, 9.2 million IoT developers by 2020. And the reason why that is the case is because a lot of the IoT platform does not require developers to learn new programming languages. Right? If you know Java, you can use the Android Things platform. You know Kotlin, that's Kotlin going to be supporting soon. But if you know Node.js, JavaScript, there's other platforms that you can actually reuse what you already know. So as developers, basically you don't have to relearn a new language to start building IoT devices. In 2018, on the cloud side, we think about, oh, it's going to explode. We need something to be able to scale things out. So on the cloud side, we have launched the Google IoT Core. It's still on beta, so if you're interested, check it out. You can go there, just scan the QR code and you can check it out. But what this does is that it allows you to scale your IoT services onto the cloud. Right? So you take advantage of the scalability where the cloud has to offer, the reliability where the cloud has to offer as well. So that's something to share in the IoT space. So what about user experience? Definitely user experience play an important role in every app, right? In 2017, we experimented a lot with AR, with VR, right, through the Daydream project. And we got pretty far. It was really nice. If you haven't got a chance to try a Daydream device, maybe we can get some into Vietnam, I'm not sure. But, you know, this is kind of like our main project in enhancing the user experience for the platform by embracing VR and AR. But from the learnings, we realized that having specific devices to run VR application is just going to be very taxing on the consumer side. It's going to be very inconvenient for the developer side. 2018, we have AR Core, where it takes more of a software approach rather than a hardware approach. And you can download the SDK and start building AR applications. One of the very interesting things that's being showcased here, apart from my favorite cartoon character, is the fact that the library actually is able to sense, using sensors on the device, which is your usual mobile phone, to detect lighting. So, for example, in this case, once the lights have been closed off, you can program your character to behave differently. Right? So, check it out. It's pretty cool. 1.0 has just been launched February 23rd. So, yeah, allows you to do really cool stuff. But also the developer stack, we introduced something that is called Flutter. Anyone heard of Flutter before? Nice. Okay, it's pretty cool. Flutter is really interesting, right? And the reason why it's interesting is that you can easily use it to build cross-platform applications using Dart, which has its ancestors coming from JavaScript. It's a JavaScript-like language. You can use CSS, a bit of HTML to define the UI, and you can then compile it into an Android app or an iOS app. The beta has just been released. Do check it out. It just allows you, even if you're doing prototyping, just very quickly able to prototype an app on both platforms, which is really good. So, one of the biggest themes in 2017 was moving from a mobile first to an AI first era. And that's basically Sundar's talking about it in one of the hardware conferences in 2017. And it talks about for the past 10 years, we have been trying to hone in on becoming a mobile first industry, right? People coming up online through mobile, no longer through desktop, less so on desktop. But we gotten really far coming from a desktop first to a mobile first. So what's the next thing? It is from mobile first to AI first. And to be honest, when he talked about this, I was a little bit worried because I have no clue what AI first means. And I haven't developed in AI apart from taking a module in RMIT during my uni days. But it was very much needed change. Right? We really need to push the industry to become a little bit more of an AI first. The reason being is that there's a lot of information being thrown to the user, and we need to find a very intelligent way to deliver that information to the user contextually, timely, that makes sense for them, right? So we don't overcrowd our user with crazy tons of information. So in 2017, TensorFlow Lite was released. Anyone play with TensorFlow before? Anyone tried? It's one, two, couple. If you haven't tried, do go ahead and play with it. It's not as hard as you think. But what TensorFlow Lite allows you to do is that it allows you to train an AI model that you can embed into your mobile app. And then your app becomes an AI first app, which is really cool. It's a very small footprint as well, and the team is constantly trying to make it smaller. So do check it out, TensorFlow Lite 2017. But what about 2018? Well, we say let's make it easier, right? And on the cloud platform, we're going to have a new feature that's coming up. It's in closed beta. If you are interested, go onto the website, sign up for it, and you will receive an invitation email. But what this means is that you don't even need to deal with TensorFlow. Right? You define a couple of parameters, things like that, through the UI, and also ML will be able to train a model. You have to give it some data, obviously, and out pops a service. And you can basically use that service in your mobile app. So AutoML in 2018, very, very cool. So I would say it's a very exciting time to be a mobile developer, right? With all this advancement, different form factors, moving from mobile first to AI first. If you're a mobile developer, you're in a perfect position to actually take advantage and build really exciting apps. Let's give some sense in terms of the opportunity as a mobile developer from a business standpoint. On the Play platform, we have kind of like, hit the milestone of roughly generating 166 billion revenue for developers in 2017. It's a very big, Play ecosystem business. So if you're a developer and you deploy your app on Play, these are some of the things that, some of the opportunities that you can be part of. And Play is constantly improving, right? They roll out new features, they roll out new, they're constantly improving the UI, constantly improving how things are being categorized in. And currently on Play, we are looking at, there's roughly around 1 billion active 30 days user constantly looking through and Play and downloading apps. There's roughly around 1 million apps available. And also, in terms of installs, we are seeing that roughly around 65 billion apps are being installed on Play. So if you're a developer, this is actually a very huge opportunity to take advantage of. But we also understand as developer, in order to create and be successful in an app business, you need other skill sets. So for today, we're announcing that we're going to have a new program in Vietnam, which is called the Good Developer Agency Program. It's open up for Vietnamese developers who are working in app agencies to sign up. Right? So if you're interested, that's the link to sign up. Check out the webpage, there's more information. I just want to give you a sense of what this program has to offer. There will be training opportunities. There will be invitations to exclusive events, and also recognition and showcase opportunities. So you develop really something cool. We would love to share that to the world, with your permission, of course. And participation in early access programs. So you get access to have a chat with the software engineers or the program managers, and kind of like brainstorm with them, how to shape the product based on the experience. We run the Android certification as part of the program as well. So if you want to be certified on Android, you can do that through the program. When we launched this, we had a launch event in Singapore in February, and just to give you a sense of how that happened, I'm just going to play this video. So we fly around 27 agencies across Southeast Asia in Singapore to do like a 3-day training with them. So let me just play this video so you get a sense of like what kind of activity has happened during the launch event.
Welcome to the Good Developers Agency Conference. This event marks the launch of the Good Developer Agency program in Southeast Asia, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. Today we are very happy to be able to bring together 27 agencies from Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Taiwan, and also Hong Kong, here for 2-day intensive training. We hope that the agencies will be able to learn new things in this 2 days training, form new relationships and partnerships that they will then bring back to their country and continue to build excellent apps.
เป็นจุดเริ่มต้นที่ดีเราก็เลยอยากให้เอเจนซี่แล้วก็ Google นะครับมาพาร์ทเนอร์กันแล้วก็ทำอะไรต่อยอดขึ้นไปในวงการของเทคโนโลยีมากขึ้นครับ
মূলত আমাদের ফিউচার টেকনোলজি কি নিয়ে কাজ করতে হতে পারে সেটা নিয়ে শিখলাম আমরা মূলত কি ধরনের টেকনোলজি ফোকাস করবো আমাদের লোকাল ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে আমি সেগুলো শিখলাম
This is a huge eye-opener for this event to let us come here and to learn the whole range of things that we can leverage on the Google platform.
Really excited to be here and spend the last 3 days working and talking with some of the best agencies from Southeast Asia. This is the start of a very exciting journey with some of these agency partners. We talked to them about many new technologies and also learned a lot about the opportunities and challenges that they face. I'm hoping that this leads to creation of many new high-quality apps coming out of the region.
Saya tertarik ke tema diversity yang dibahas terakhir itu karena membuat saya menyadari kalau saya mendesain untuk banyak orang dari berbagai macam kalangan, nggak cuma terbatas pada satu negara atau satu gender yang kebetulan menjadi mayoritas pengguna, tapi harus juga aksesibel pada banyak orang.
把技术的语言再多讲一点，教我们怎么跟我们的客户说明这些技术语言。
So that's the 3-day kind of training event that we did for app developers in the region. Hopefully we're able to see someone from Vietnam in next year's video. So they learn about AR Core, they learn about Android Go, they learn about Android P, a little bit of design, UX, UI, design sprints, and so on and so forth. So if you're interested, do check it out. And with that, let's get back to my next slide. And with that, I kind of end our opening remarks. But before we go, I think this is a huge opportunity to get to know one another. Does everyone know everyone in the room? No? All right, let's do a little bit of icebreaker, right? Because this is an opportunity where you guys form relationship from this event. You don't just come here and just listen to what I say or the other speakers. So not to say that they're valuable information to share. I don't want to get in trouble. But also let's get to know one another. So if everybody can just stand up. It's early in the morning. Stretch a little bit. Don't hit the person beside you when you stretch. And just turn to someone. Find someone that you have not met before. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, your name, where you come from, what you do. And just have a very quick, casual conversation. Let's do that, okay? Just spend around 1 to 2 minutes doing that. You can walk across the room as well. clap once. Settle down. There's a whole lot more opportunities to network and shake hands. Alright. Right. If you can hear me, clap once. Can you hear me? Clap twice. All right. Right. You guys are awesome. Awesome start of the day. Hopefully you get to know someone that you have not known before. Continue that conversation throughout the rest of the day. Right. And that's all I have to share. I'll be available for the rest of the day if you want to come up to me and shake hands or discuss a little bit more about what I've just talked about. Feel free to do so. The next speaker is going to be having a really interesting session, live demo code, where there's opportunities to have really interesting things happening during a live demo code. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. It's really awesome to be here. Thank you to Enrique for inviting. And I'll pass you guys off to the next speaker. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I will give you guys a few instructions about what are going to happen next. So as you can see, we have given you a brochure that includes our agenda. So our session 1 will have 2 different conference rooms with 2 different topics and 2 different speakers. So if you're interested in session 1, which is tricks from converting Android Java code into Kotlin by David Barbara, please remain in this room. And if you're interested in session 1, by Naslina Quadr, my accidental journey as a woman textmaker, please follow me to the next conference room. So if you're interested in the second topic by Naslina Quadr, please follow me and stand up.
Và sau đây thì chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu tới những cái topic riêng của cái buổi conference ngày hôm nay. Thì chúng ta sẽ chia làm 2 phòng với mỗi phòng là một session. Thì session 1 sẽ là ở phòng này và session 2 thì các bạn có thể mọi người có thể theo các bạn tình nguyện viên sử dụng mọi người qua phòng kế bên là phòng sẽ diễn ra cái session 2. Và bây giờ thì chúng ta sẽ diễn ra cái topic đầu tiên tại session 1 của Mr. David Barbara và mọi người có thể di chuyển tùy theo cái topic mà mọi người mong muốn ạ. Và bạn Khanh sẽ hướng dẫn mọi người tới cái phòng topic thứ 2. Xin mời những ai mà hứng thú về vấn đề này xin mời di chuyển theo bạn Khanh. Cảm ơn ạ.